going on YouTube? Running Frog 87 here, guys. And oh god, this next bit of news is a little depressing, especially if you've been like a long time player of the game. But that's the fact that Konami just unbanned Sangan in the OCG. Now that's not the sad part. The sad part is, you know, the fact that the only reason they unbanned it is because they errated it. And we all know how, you know, these OCG erratas turn out. You know, Konami, they errata a card that's, you know, was previously good or whatever, you know, really busted, or in some cases like Sinister Serpent, not really busted, but whatever. They'll, you know, neuter, nerf an effect, unban it, and then, you know, see how it plays out in the meta. And then it turns out like Crush Card, where not, it's in OCG, it's now at 3. It might turn out like Sinister Serpent, where it's also at 3 here in the TCG as well. And they did the same thing as Sangan. Now, when I first heard this news, I was a little saddened by it because, you know, I read the effect and I was like, what? How could they do this to Sangan? Sangan didn't deserve it. By all accounts, hell, Sangan could have come off the balance perfectly intact, perfectly with his effect intact, because, let's face it, guys, in the years ever since Sangan was banned, each archetype, there's been new archetypes, there's been new deck types that, you know, don't really need Sangan or have their own Sangans. You look at Burning Abyss, Skarm, and there's so many ways to recruit their monsters that they really didn't need Sangan. And then there's so many other decks that have like their own Stratos where they can just recruit their own monsters without having to summon Sangan and, you know, have some way for it to be dead, to get destroyed or whatever, sent to the graveyard. And yes, I will admit that Sangan, when it got banned, was a bit of a problem because, you know, people kept abusing it. You kept synchro summoning with it. You guys kept doing a whole bunch of stuff and recruiting monsters and monsters and monsters. But like I said, you know, in a way, Sangan has kind of been power creeped, but not really, because like I've said, there's been so many substitutes. Each archetype has their own substitute of a Sangan or their own recruiter that they don't really need a Sangan anymore. And before I go any further, let me read the errated effect. Its effect is, the effect of Sangan can only be used once per turn. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, add one monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck to your hand. If you add a monster to your hand with this effect, you cannot activate the effects of monsters with the same name during that turn. When I first read that, I was like, what? Why did that neuter the hell out of Sangan? But upon, you know, careful inspection, but upon further, you know, reading it and, you know, having, you know, stewing in my own juices and whatnot, the effect isn't too bad. I mean, sure, I guess they balanced Sangan, but was Sangan really a card that needed to be balanced? I don't know, especially in today's meta, but like I said, I don't know. Hopefully this isn't too detrimental. Hopefully the TCG unbans them and we get this one. But, you know, I just want to see Sangan back. And we'll see. Maybe with this errata, Sangan could go to 3 because it's been neutered. We'll see. And who knows, maybe with this errata, Sangan can go from 1 to 3. And we can play with 3 Sangans. With 3 furry, hairy balls. Alright, guys. So, yeah. First heard about it, I was like, what? How could they do that? You know? But then I was like, whatever. It's just another errata. I don't really care anymore because Konami, you've already done so many things to crush my spirit in this game, but whatever. Who cares? Alright, guys. Those are my thoughts on this whole situation. Let me know what you guys think down below. And as always, I'm Running Frog 87. I bid you farewell, and I hope to see you guys on the next one.